Hey everybody, welcome to the Maplestory GMS Afterlands guide. Now for a brief overview of the Afterlands is a theme dungeon that can be done as early as level 75, and it nets you 4 of these totems which are permanent and make great placeholders until you are able to get better totems, either because they are locked behind events that you can't access currently, or because those totems can often be stupidly expensive. Now, these totems are pretty good. What they do is they will give a total of 31 into your magic attack or attack, 21 coming from just the pure stats of the totem, and then 10 coming from the set effect. And they will also give 20 into your main stat, 20 into your secondary, except for Demon Avengers, of course. Now, without further ado, let's get started with the guide. Okay, in order to initiate the Afterlands, simply go over here to the white light bulb, click on it and go to the level 75 quest, the Afterlands: A Cry for Help. Clicking on it will activate one of multiple scenarios, where you'll be assisting this old man right here. Now in this situation I just have to take care of a simple ribbon pig. But the mighty blue ribbon pig gets me. Now upon waking up, you will be in the Afterlands. Of course, the first person you are greeted by is Ashkaya, the guiding tree, who will be a significant NPC throughout the entire questline. The questline starts out very linear, so simply just click through. And we're just going to whack away at the shrubbery. Okay, so now that you've now that you've cut away all the shrubbery, you are shown the 12 locks, which we will need 12 keys for. Simply click the quest icon above your head to keep the quest line going. So of course, Ashkaya is your guiding tree, as well as the one who will subtly taunt you throughout your entire journey. And clicking through him will begin our tour of the Afterlands. So the Afterlands consists of 4 worlds, each with their own kind of gimmick going on to them. This is the first of those worlds, the Land of Warriors. Now the Land of Warriors theme is what was just stated by Baodog right there. It is the greatest warrior standing. And the way it works is the greatest warrior standing gets to control the sun, used by this lever right here. When they pull up the sun, it's time for battle, which is exactly what we are going to be doing in a few moments. Now the battle here is very simple. We're just going to eliminate these targets. It consists of 3 waves and gives a decent amount of experience, which you'll see. I'm doing this at 75. You can do this at any level over 75. It only gets easier the higher level you are. It does act like a theme dungeon all the way up to, I believe, 110. So it can give you a decent amount of experience clearing through it. But if you come back here past 200 or something with all your nice 5th job skills, this is going to be slightly faster. So upon clearing all 3 stages, our quest line continues. Beodog is going to go off and explain to you the concept of this land. Just click on through. Like I said, it's all about the sun here. So now we have the privilege of bringing down the sun and controlling night and day, which is exactly what we're going to do. If I can. There we go. Boom, greatest warrior ever. Good old Robin Hood is thanking me, which I love. I love the puns here, people. Especially instead of Beowulf, Beodog. It's good stuff. Boop, 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 doo. So right now, you're just going to ask all the warriors about the keys, because that's what you came here for. No one seems to have any answer except when we talk to Edgar. Edgar tells us about a Balrog with a key around its neck that he saw wandering out. So that's what we're going to go investigate. Alright, so we're just going to go on over 2 maps. Or sorry, I think 1 map? Yeah, 1 map. And just a little explanation of the maps here. So as we can see, there's a Balrog on this map, and no spawns have been showing up for a bit. Just going to take care of this. This is the only Balrog you have to defeat, the one with the key. Simply collect the key and keep on going back. But as you see, we have the Mushroom Marauders down here, the Balrog's up top. So every map in the Afterlands for the monsters is going to basically be kind of the same theme going on. There will be 2 types of mobs. The first map is going to contain the first type of mob. Second map is going to have a combination of the 2 mobs, and then the third and final map will have the second of the mobs exclusively. So we're going to click the quest icon above our heads. Alright, now this is a kind of important thing here. Ashkaya is going to ask you if you want to try out the key or not. You have 2 options. If you click it can't hurt to try, you're going to waste some time because you're going to have to manually click on all the locks just to find out this key doesn't work. Save yourself the trouble and think and click. You think so too? I guess I'll hold on to it. Boom. So now let's accept Arsene Lupin's quest. And he's going to ask us to bring up the sun. And we are going to do just that. Just knock away. Okay, now we have a choice of how to decide greatest warrior ever. So you have last warrior standing, which is what we did initially. You have monster elimination, which is just hunt down 25 of each of those mobs out there. And loot collection, which is collect from the mobs. To me, the fastest one is monster elimination, so I always pick that. Okay, now that we've finished the quest icon appears above our head. Just click on it to get through. So now you're going to be given 3 choices again. You can pick any of these that will all progress the quest line. I'm just going to pick the first one. You're basically telling Ashkaya you can't stay here forever, and he is very much trying to convince you to be here, take it all in, ignore the fact that you're dead, and just live in the Afterlands forever. Don't even care, don't even think about it. But we're getting out of here, people, because we want those totems. Okay, so now we're in our next world, the Land of Riches. The Land of Riches concept is that there's this big old castle or pot, whatever this thing is right here. We can only get through it right now by crawling through, so just use your directional keys, get on under, and accept the first and only quest available right now. We're talking to Joel. He's very hungry. We're gonna have to go give him some food baskets. So go one map over and hunt down the mobs here. The food thief monstrosities. Love the names. Hunt them down. And you're going to need, if I can just figure it out, you're going to need 30 food basket items. So we're going to hunt these mobs down, collect the items, and while you're here, I highly suggest pick up 60 instead of 30. It's going to save you a little bit of time in this situation. Alright, I'll see you guys when I'm done. Okay everyone, now that we have all of our food baskets, let's go back to Joel. Get through quest number 1. Click his next quest line. It's going to involve getting more food baskets. Fortunately, we got some extra. It's going to be exactly 30 extra. So we'll finish this quest as well. Now, following out, we'll do footsteps to follow. Talk to Mansa. Click on through. Give him the delicious piece of gold we got from completing the previous quest. Or we will now. Finish the quest. And move on to the next land. Now this is the land of greyness and grey people. You're about to get attacked by them. But while that happens, let's talk about, we just saw another quest icon previously from Joel before we left. So that quest is going to be called, I want to say Tasteless Hunger or something along those lines. Basically, it's to get another delicious piece of gold. We are going to need 6 in the future, but we're going to save all of those quests for later when we are blocked from continuing on an even different quest because there is a 10-minute timer. It's a mandatory 10-minute timer you cannot get around. So instead of just going AFK for 10 minutes, we're going to save all those quests so we have something to do. We are going to be very efficient here, people. But right now, you're just talking to these colorless people. But before they attack you, you've decided to go off and see if you can find some color. So we're just going to hop over 3 maps. Hop, 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 hoppity hop, hop, hop. And on this map, we're going to take a pause up here. See some ravens appear. Wait for the quest icon above our heads. There it is. Now, of course, we are going to investigate these ravens because they're the only ones that have colors. And of course, by investigate, we're just going to murder 50 of them. So here we go. Alright, hey everybody, so I've defeated 50, returned back to the main map. We're going to click the quest icon above our heads and see how this plays out. Bottom, 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 bottom. Fight for your life. But you're too late, and they have extracted all the color from you. Now I don't know if this has been like a glitch in the game or something that got patched, but supposedly you're supposed to be all gray and pasty here. It's going to be notable, and then there's a couple of other quests we do after this. But for some reason you're fully colored, even though they've clearly stolen all your color. No idea what Nexon did, but yeah, you're apparently a ghost just like Adler over here, who we're going to talk to next. And finally, after all this time of what just felt like doing nothing and getting nowhere, we are going to get our first key. Now we're going to talk to Adler one more time, who's just going to basically explain to you the concept of the Afterlands. He's going to tell you about Ashkaya, who's present in all of the lands or the worlds. Yeah, talking tree. He's also going to explain to you how the worlds work, which is that there are 4 of them, and you can only access them in an order which basically ends up going like a circle. So to show you briefly right here, so the Afterlands flows in this direction from the Land of Warriors, the Land of Riches, Land of Contemplation to the Land of Innocence. There's an optional quest to link these 2 lands where you can travel back and forth between them. It's not important for getting the keys, so we're not going to do it. It's also worth noting that you cannot use a hyper teleport rock for any of these maps because of that aforementioned reason. The kind of shtick of the whole Afterlands is that you go in this circle and you can't get around it. You also can't use return scrolls in any of these maps to get to like the main map of every land. So yeah, that's the Afterlands. Now we're going to move on to our next and our final land in the circuit. Here we are at the Land of Innocence. Now, whereas the Land of Warriors controlled night and day, the Land of Innocence controls the weather, which is located up here. Right now it's sunny, but the weather is dependent on the children's mood. So if we talk to Tina over here, they freak out because you're a pale ghost, but like I said, you can't see that. And because they're terrified and afraid, they start crying, and when the kids are sad, it begins to rain, indicated by the cloud icon there. So we're going to go try to cheer them up and make them less terrified by hunting down the mobs on this map and collecting their etc. drops known as frozen treats. There will also be an eye patch that drops from these mobs as well. You need to collect, I believe, just 1, but I mean, if you have a pet, just collect them. I mean, they take up the same slot anyway. Alright, so we have hunted down the mobs, gotten our frozen treats. Let's talk to Tina. Talk to her one more time. This time, you break the toy. Now when you snap their toy and they get upset, it starts to storm, which is indicated by the lightning icon. So now we gotta go get them new toys so they cheer up. And if you have a very big brain, you would have realized, oh, pause, what is this? What is this? What is this? No, this is the key. So this is our next key right here. Lightning has struck this tree and revealing to us our second key. Cool, now on with the quest. We're gonna go 2 maps over and hunt down the second type of mob in this map. They are going to drop the teddy bear item, which is considered the toy we need for the quest. Okay, let's click on to the show and tell quest. So asking about the keys leads to nothing. They know nothing about any keys, but let's talk to Billy here. Billy, the artistic child who is a true genius, thinks that why not just paint you back to life with all your color. So we're going to click on Creative Solution, and that's exactly what we are going to do. We're going to use Billy's color collector if I have room for it. What am I? Yeah, I don't need you, and I don't need you, and I don't need you. Okay, there we go. Now we can move on with this quest. Let's get the color collector. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so color collector works is that after this quest, you can do this quest again, but basically any mobs on any of the Afterlands, except maybe the Land of Contemplation, but it might even be that too, they will drop color marbles. And all you need to do is pick them up and you will automatically fill your color collector, which will eventually reach 100%. You'll complete the quest. Each marble gives, I believe, 3.5% of experience. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Or is it? Let's see. 7 would be. Yeah, you know what? It might just be a fixed percentage rate increase. I'm not too sure. But basically, collect the marbles, fill up the color collector. Very simple task. It really helps to have a pet for all of these quests. I didn't have mine out earlier and I had to collect the food baskets by manually clicking. Forgot about that. It was not fun. So now that we have our color collector filled, let's just complete the quest. By the way, you have to complete Billy's quest in order to leave this land. If you click on Ashkaya and try to move on, he will prevent you from doing so. These 3 individuals are all the quests you need to do and complete in order to leave and get to the next step. Let's give it a moment. So Ashkaya has said it himself. This concludes the tour. So now this concludes the linear portion, or the very straightforward portion of the Afterlands. In order to obtain the other keys, which I believe we have 10 left, you're going to have to figure it out on your own. But of course, that's what this guide is for. So let's get started. First key, we're going to talk to the Silent Boy. Going to talk to him 2nd time, 3rd time, 4th time, 5th time, and 6th time is the charm. Click on through. He will eventually tell you that he was having a basically silent contest with a friend who's not here. You kind of caught him in it, and in order to keep your silence, he's going to give you a key. Now we got 3 out of 12. Our next key is going to be from talking to Lonnie. Now Lonnie is afraid of swinging here. She's afraid of heights, and we need to come up with a creative solution for her. Fortunately, we have come up with the most creative and logical conclusion to a fear of heights, and that is slapping an eye patch on a child. So here we have some very safe and very efficient swinging. Now after you've traumatized Lonnie for life, simply click on request again and she will give you your 4th key. And that is all the keys right now we need from the Land of Innocence. Let's go to the next world. So now upon returning to the Land of Warriors, you realize you left the sun out a little too long. And everyone just kept battling and battling and battling until they were completely drained. And now you need to get them to rest by bringing down the sun. So after bringing the sun down, you have this brilliant idea that the Land of warriors don't want to be warriors. And so you should give them a rest by defeating all the monsters out there so that they don't have to fight in the morning. And I know what you're thinking. That's a brilliant idea. So of course we are going to do that, and this is a little glitch that pops up. It says you've already defeated the monsters before you have. You have not. Just click on through it and keep going. We'll get to that later. Right, so we're gonna have to defeat 50 of each of these mobs. Alright, so now that we have defeated 50 of each mob, we come back to the main zone in the map again. We're going to click the quest icon above our heads. And then we're going to talk to Vulcanelli here and accept the God of Battle quest. Now this is one of the quests that utilizes the pieces of delicious gold from the Land of Riches. You're going to need 3 for this quest and 3 for another in order to obtain 2 more keys. We are going to accept it now and complete it much later, towards the end of the guide. Now let's raise the sun and see how well our plan unfolds. So a few moments later, we find out everyone realized you defeated all the monsters. And as much to your surprise and everyone else's surprise, turns out the Land of warriors just want a warrior. Now after you have made the warriors very upset, they demand that you lower the sun and reset the day. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Just bring down the sun here. Now we're going to click the quest icon above our head, Ashkaya, once again subtly mocking you for your plan. You, of course, still don't truly understand that these warriors just want to be warriors, so you're going to be a little butthurt about it, and you're just going to leave it nighttime and force them to rest. And now we're going to move on to the next world. So now we're back in the Land of Riches. We are going to talk to Joel and accept a world beyond the castle walls. Requiring us to get 10 food basket items. Alright, now with our food baskets, let's talk to Joel. Click on excuses to stay next. Click on the option defeating the treasure thief monstrosities. Now in order to hunt the treasure thief monstrosities, we are going to go to the third map in the zone, which will contain exclusively that mob. Alright, now that we've defeated the 50 treasure thief monstrosities, let's turn in the quest. And now Joe is going to leave the castle walls, and we are going to be tasked with taking his treasure out for him. Simply harvest the treasure and place it where the arrow indicates. Doesn't need to be super precise. Once the treasure has been laid down, talk to Joel and complete the quest. Fantastic. Now we're going to go back inside, and this time we're going to talk to Ben. Choose the option convince Mansa out to move out first. Now upon talking to Mansa, he will tell you that you need to break down the castle walls in order to get him to move out. This will require 3 pieces of delicious gold. This is the second quest that will use the gold and net you a key. We are going to once again save this for later to be as efficient as possible. So, now let's move on to the next world. So now we're in the Land of Contemplation once again. First we're going to talk to Adler to complete a mandatory quest called Tabula Rasa, that unlocks another quest that will give us a key. So, simply click on through. Now we're going to talk to the unfulfilled soul, and we're going to give them all a color. You can just keep clicking, it'll automatically assign colors to them. We just need to finish this quest. Talk to Adler. Boom, quest done. You get some experience too, which is fantastic. Now talk to the nameless soul and accept the cry of the Horrid DeathBeast. He tells you about a raven making a horrible cry, and you are tasked to investigate. So now we're going to hop 3 maps over once again. So now there's one raven on the map that appears right away. That is the Horrid DeathBeast. We're going to eliminate the monster and collect a key. Or not, because I don't have space. Give me one moment. There we go, collect a key. I need to make space. Now I'm just going to hop back over to the central map. Okay, so now that we're here, we're going to knock everything out at once. So click on the quest icon above your head. You're going to have a revelation that this is in fact a real key, so now you're at 5 out of 12. We're going to turn in the quest, gain some experience, then we're going to get our next key over here. We're going to see the thinker and the chair over here. If you put your mouse over here, your clicker over here, you'll see a clicking icon. We click on it, go through a dialogue option, meet the chairless soul. Chairless soul tells us we're going to have some pleasant dreams, yada yada, but somehow we get whisked away into the boss fight with the one and only Black Mage? No, the Yellow Mage. Now this quest can only be accessed if you complete the Tabula Rasa quest. If not, you will just click on the chair icon or the indicator and nothing will advance. And there's a few quests like that in the Afterlands, which is why I was telling you to do certain quests that don't net you keys but allow you to do quests that give you keys. It's not straightforward, but that's what the guide is for. Now, Yellow Mage boss fight is extremely tough. Every one of his attacks will one-shot you if you're at 1 HP. So, now the strategy here is just to attack him once more, and he should go down. If you want to use burst damage skills, go ahead. It makes the fight a lot faster. Now after the Black Mage is defeated, you are given yet another key. So now we are at 6 out of 12. Gonna throw away this. Throw away this. Gotta make room for the keys. Oh, also make sure you have room in your etc. inventory for the key. I believe if you don't have room and you also click on the quest, it will not trigger, or it will prevent you from finishing the quest. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, just make sure you have room before you get in there. Alright, and that is every key from the Land of Contemplation, so let's move on. Now we're here, back in the Land of Innocence. We're gonna click on Tina. Tina's gonna be upset because she lost her storybook, so we're gonna go find it. The storybook is found by any of the mobs in this zone. Simply hunt them down until one drops. It's a pretty easy drop, so you might even get it just on the first mob you defeat. Shouldn't take too long though. There we go, there's a storybook. Ooh, I got myself a little weapon there, one sec. Very cool. Alright, now with the storybook, let's talk to Tina. Complete the quest. Click on it one more time, accept Doctor is in. This time she wants a teddy bear from Suni, the pretend shopkeeper. It's going to cost you 10 grand. It's going to cost you 10 grand. Buy the teddy bear. Turn in the quest. And also make sure you have room. That's... wait. I'm confused. What? In my use tab. That's right. The storybook goes in the use tab. Gonna throw out the arrows. Alright, now we get the storybook. Yep, and your character even says, would the Balrog's key fit in it? And that's what you had the key for before, so simply double click on the storybook and receive your 7th key. Now we're going to click on Tina's icon one more time and Dr. Buttbright's tragic demise. Click on through. You're going to realize that you can't keep a kid happy all the time, and you're just going to get some experience from it. Now before we go, we are going to make it rain. So click on sorry kids, forecast calls for rain. This will be useful for us later. Now upon making it rain, we're going to move on. Now in the Land of Warriors, we are going to raise the sun one final time. And I'm going to click Monster Elimination. Feel free to click on whatever you'd like. It doesn't affect your ability to receive keys. So I'm just going to hunt down these mobs. See you in a bit. Okay, now that we've defeated the mobs, we're going to finish the quest and talk to Beodog. Now, after you talk to them, you finally realize that warriors just want a warrior. You understand and accept their ways, and we are finished here. Now we're going to move on to the Land of Riches. And here's where things are going to pick up. So first we're going to go through the little crack in the wall and click on the treasure basket up top here. Or treasure sack, I should say. Just click on through the quest. We're going to have to talk to Horemheb afterwards. Click on through. Now we're going to click the quest icon above our heads. Then talk to Louis the Average. Now you're going to be given a choice. You can either take away all the treasure from Horemheb, or even though you think he's obtained it unfairly, leave him with a little something. Either of these options will net you the key, so pick whatever you want. I'm going to be nice and give him some of his treasure, or leave him some of his treasure. Great, so now that's that done, we're going to be tasked with figuring out how to get this treasure sack down, which we will do in a bit. Then we're going to go over to this portal right here and speak with this NPC. Now, if you came here earlier, you could see the quest icon above this NPC's head. Click on him, however, the quest would not activate. I'm not entirely sure what the requirements are to activate this quest, but at this point in time, it's definitely, after we've obtained this many keys, he will activate for sure, and this is the most efficient time to be clicking on him anyway, because now we're going to bust out all these quests. What am I trying to say? We're going to bust through all the quests. Anyway, whack this rock, collect the stone, turn the quest in. Now here's the important part. 10 minutes, not a moment sooner, skedaddle. We have to wait 10 minutes to progress this quest. This NPC will give us 2 keys. He will be the final 2 keys we receive. So now that we have 10 minutes to spare, we're going to make use of that time by completing a tasteful flavor. Now this quest we are going to repeat 6 times in order to get 6 pieces of the delicious gold. These quests are completely random and will alter between 2 objectives. Let's see which one we get. Okay, so the first one right here is collect food baskets. You're going to need 20 of them. Any quest afterwards can either have you collecting food baskets as well, or defeating 50 of the treasure thief monstrosities. They are random. I'm not entirely sure. The first one might be exclusively food baskets, but everyone after is random. But for me, I got 5 of them as the defeat treasure thief monstrosities. On other run-throughs, I'll get them to alternate. Some of them I'll just get the food baskets. So you're going to get a random assortment of them. But yeah, we're going to finish it 6 times. I will see you when I am done. Alright everybody, I have finished 6 of the quests, gotten my 6 pieces of gold. So like I said before, they're totally random, and for me, I only got collecting the food baskets. I never got a single hunting down the treasure thief monstrosities. I'm not sure what you got, but like I said, they can be completely one-sided. You can get a little bit of both. Either or, just complete the quest, get the gold, and now we're going to use our first 3 pieces. Make sure not to go over 3. You don't want to be doing the quest more than you have to. So 1, 2, and 3. So now that we have 3, we're going to break through the castle wall. Now once it is broken, you'll automatically be returned to your normal size. Let's talk to Mansa right here. Complete the quest, he will leave. Then we're going to talk to Ben. Talk to him one more time. So now we have a choice. We can either help Ben out first or move the treasure out first. You can do any of these. Once again, they will not affect your ability to receive a key. If you choose to move the treasure out first, it will get stolen, and Ben will just be left out there alone by himself, dumbfounded. If you help Ben out first, he will get to keep his treasure. Pick whichever you like. Once again, I'm going to be nice and help Ben out first. So we're going to use our harvest button, collect Ben, take him over here, give him a little drop. Now we're going to go back for his treasure, if I can start moving. Right, now Ashkaya says everyone seems to be adjusting to life outside the castle walls. It's a good time to visit any other world, which is exactly what we are going to do. So, let's go to the next world. And we're going to move on straight away to the next world. And one more time, we're going to move on to the next world. So now we are here in the Land of Warriors, and we're going to use our next 3 pieces of gold. Become gigantic, talk to Vulcanelli, complete God of Battle, get ourselves 8 out of 12 keys. There we go. I'm going to click off of the gigantic form because it's done. And then we're going to click on the warrior statue here. Click on through. Something is off about the warrior statue. It looks like the spear could be thrown. We're going to talk to Edgar to ask him about how the spear can be thrown. He's going to tell you that water could do the trick. Now, fortunately, we made it rain earlier. So we're going to click on the quest icon above the warrior statue's head. Do some good old-fashioned vandalism. There goes the spear. Here comes a rose. No idea how a giant rose got there. But now the spear has been tossed. Which means we're going to go over to the next world, back to the Land of Riches. And we'll see that the sack, there it is. Right, so the spear has hit the sack. Treasure has been lost. We'll talk to Horemheb. Click on through. Click on through. Now we have 9 out of 12 pieces. I'm just going to make sure I got room. Toss these. Cool. Okay, now Mansa has apparently excreted all the gold that he has once stored. You don't want to know. And we're going to just stick our hands in there and dig for some treasure. And what do you know? He, kind of dumped out a key. So now we got 10 out of 12. By now, 10 minutes should have passed, so we're going to go back to the old tombstone maker. Talk to him. He's finished. So now we get another choice. This is not about the Afterlands anymore. This is about your game. You get to pick the color of your tombstone every time you die. Silver is the original, which you have. You can change it to bronze or you can change it to gold. I do not believe there's a way to change it back, or if there is, I don't know of it. So, pick the one you want basically forever. Personally, I love the gold. It's flashy. It's brilliant. Going with the gold tombstone. So now we have 11 out of 12 keys. We're going to exit the map and simply head back in. Now the map will be changed. You'll see all the tombstones tied up here. We're going to talk to the NPC one more time. Click on through and complete our final quest, which is just a little mini game, if you can even call it that, of just whacking the tombstones and having them drop over these poor lost souls. Just one whack should do it. Great, now you did it. We're gonna move on back. Down. There he is. Alright, speak to him one final time. Click on through. Finish the quest. And there it is. 12 out of 12 keys, people. So now we're gonna head on out of the map. Talk to Ashkaya, go back to the giant door. It's going to be the first one. This thing blocks the dialogue, but it's right there. It's the first option. Head back to the huge door, and we're going to begin clicking away at the locks. Now, the locks hitboxes are a little wonky sometimes, so if you don't get it on the first try, just click all around it. For me, usually the top one, I can't click right on it. I got to click like above it to get it to open. There it is, and we missed this one right here, and there we go. Back with the old man. Apparently after an hour in the Afterlands, it's only been 5 minutes maple time. We're going to click once again, quest icon above our heads. Get a mysterious gift box. Make sure you have... Oh, I have to get rid of some things. Alright, and we're back. Had to make some space for all the totems. Great, so double click the gift box. We're going to receive our 4 totems right here. Going to click on the quest icon above our head just one more time, do a little reminiscing, and get the completion stamp for the Afterlands, and once again a bit of experience. So as you can see, I went in there at level 75, got a sweet 10 levels out of the deal, and we get these 4 totems. Now, 3 of these totems are going to be useful for you. The other one is going to be just something you toss out, or, I mean, I guess you could keep it if you want, but usually not that great. But a little word of advice would be, the first totem you choose to equip, I would make that the most useless totem out of the bunch, because if you're like me and you like to pop, you know, the wild totems or the frenzy totems, as you can see here amongst your equipment, when you equip your wild totem, assuming you're just double clicking, it will replace the first totem slot you have, so you want to make sure that totem slot is the least valuable. So I'm going to equip Mansa first. Never mind, I'm not, because I'm not at the level I can equip them. Oh man, that's funny, I didn't even realize it. But I would equip Mansa first, because to me that's the useless one. You could also equip, for in my situation, as a warrior, Adler as well. Personally, as a warrior, I like Mansa, followed by Beodog and Billy. But anyways guys, that's the Afterlands. Those are the totems. Make sure you're level 90 before you try equipping them. That was just a complete brain fart right there. But I hope this guide helped all of you. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below and I will try to get to them.